Hello and welcome. Today we're diving into something really powerful, what it actually means to live with the courage of your soul. And I'm not talking about grand, heroic gestures. It's something much quieter, much deeper. It's an inner strength. And we're going to explore how you can actually cultivate that in a really intentional way. I love this quote because it completely reframes what we think of as courage, doesn't it? It's not about being fearless. It's about having the courage to be vulnerable, to feel everything, and to just stand in your own truth with all the love and grace you can muster. It's about building that inner fortitude. So, how do you put an idea like this into practice? Well, one way is through immersive experiences, like this 7-day journey in Bali. We're going to use this specific event happening in March of 2026 as a kind of real-world example to see how a journey into courage can be structured. But here's what's so interesting. The timing for something like this is never random. It's often chosen to line up with these really powerful cultural and even cosmic energies, all designed to just amplify the inner work you're doing. And this particular week in Bali, it is anchored in some incredibly profound local traditions. So the whole journey is built around 3 amazing Balinese traditions. First, participants get to join a local village for the Ogoh Ogoh parade, which is this powerful fire ceremony to cleanse the community of negativity. That leads right into Nyepi, Bali's sacred day of silence. And then it all culminates in a new moon water blessing, a ceremony meant to spark personal renewal and transformation. This right here, this gets to the heart of Nyepi's power. Can you just imagine that for a second? An entire island goes completely silent. No cars, no TVs, no noise, just this profound, shared stillness. And it's in that quiet, when all the noise of the outside world finally fades away, that the whisper of your own soul can finally be heard. Okay, so once you have this incredible cultural stage set, the focus turns inward. This is where the real transformational work begins, letting go of what holds you back and then consciously designing the future you actually want to live. The whole idea is to awaken that divine architect that's inside all of us. And this inner work is guided by 2 core practices that really work together, kind of like 2 sides of the same coin. On one side, you've got constellation work, which is all about healing the past, releasing those patterns we inherit from family and society that can, subconsciously hold us back from joy. And on the other side, there's visioning and joy, which is all about designing your future, creating your own personal blueprint for living a life that feels truly aligned. So what in the world is constellation work? Well, think of it as a way of making the invisible visible. It's a guided process that helps you map out and really see those unseen dynamics and patterns we get from our families and our culture. And by seeing them, we can start to release them. And that creates so much space for our true, authentic selves to finally come through. But here's the thing. This kind of deep work isn't supposed to just stay in Bali. The whole point of an experience like this is to give you real, tangible tools you can use in your everyday life. The most important part is what happens after you go home, and how you bring all these insights with you. And the main takeaway is something called a personal blueprint. Now, this isn't some pre-made plan they hand you. It's a guide that you create for you, based on what you discovered about yourself. It's designed to help you hold on to that feeling of alignment and joy long after you've returned to your normal life. This blueprint becomes part of what you could call a soul embodiment toolkit. And inside that toolkit, you'll have things like daily practices that are personalized for you, affirmations that you wrote yourself, meaningful little rituals, and of course, a guide for how to keep growing. The whole idea is to make this transformation real and sustainable. But all of this, the digging deep into the past, the designing a new future, it can be intense. And that brings us to a really fundamental truth. Transformation absolutely requires space. Those big insights need time to breathe, to settle in, if they're going to become lasting changes. And that's exactly why a well-designed program will always balance the intense work with spaciousness. In this retreat, for example, the mornings are for all the guided work, but the afternoons, they're intentionally left wide open. It's crucial time for rest, for journaling, or just for being still and letting everything sink in. Of course, for a journey this deep, you absolutely need expert guides. It's so important to have a team of experienced facilitators who can create a safe, supportive space where you can really let your guard down. And each person on the team brings their own unique gifts. And this team is just a fantastic blend of different areas of expertise. You've got Jockey Walker, who leads the future-focused visioning work. Then there's Karen Lee Isbister, a psychotherapist, who facilitates the healing, past-focused constellation work. Patricia Hamilton brings decades of wisdom and spiritual growth. And then, so importantly, you have Ratna Inda, the local host who guides everyone through the beautiful Balinese culture and customs.
An experience like this isn't really meant to be a one-and-done solution. It's not like you go for a week and suddenly you're fixed. It's so much better to see it as a catalyst, a starting point for the ongoing journey of awakening that divine creator that lives inside all of us.
So, what's the ultimate goal of a journey like this? When you boil it all down, it comes back to 3 simple, powerful actions. Remembering your truth that's buried under all the conditioning, reclaiming your own personal power, and finally, becoming your most authentic self. And really, that's the fundamental question this whole process leaves us with. It's not just about a retreat. It's a question for all of us, right here, right now, to reflect on. In our own lives, what would it take to find the courage to finally walk our own authentic path?